it's just been a crazy couple of weeks. I have this disease called retinitis pigmentosa, which leads to blindness. In my condition, my mental state, I stay positive and proactive, and I feel that I'm going to keep on seeing while doing my medication and treatments and all of that until they find a cure for this. And I'll be fine. Right now I have no peripheral vision at all. This type of thing is like a tunnel vision type thing. And it starts losing your sight from like the side. I'm fortunate to have my central vision still. Some people get retinitis pigmentosa. It starts in their central vision and they can only see through their peripheral.
Right.
It's a crazy kind of disease that, I'm fortunate I deal with medical doctors, which medical doctors is like, hey, there's no cure yet, but don't worry, we're still trying it and blah, blah, blah. But the alternative doctors, like my doctor Rosenfarb, who practiced Chinese medicine, he gives this brand new thing for retinitis pigmentosa, this thing called the hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which is what I did this for these like 2 straight weeks. And we do the let me turn off the sound in here so it doesn't mess us up. Okay, boom. Let me just put. Okay, great. I don't want to disturb the group. So basically, that's what I've been doing for the past 2.5 weeks. And on my last day, and what happened is that I haven't been out the house since March of last year because of COVID.
Right.
And last year, I became the primary caregiver for my beloved mother, who lives with me.
Okay.
So, I have so much more respect for caregivers ever since becoming a primary one. You know what I mean?
I was one.
You was one?
Brother, I'm still in the care business, man. I'm a mentor for adults with autism. And I work for this company. I used to work for this company called In-Home Support Services, to where I would go and take care of the elderly, man. And hey, Lou, look, man, I know what you're going through, brother. I mean, I really do, man. And I commend you, brother.
Yeah, but you know what? If you love someone, and it doesn't have to be your mom, but like what you're doing is dope, because a lot of times people forget about the elderly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you have to do what you did. I mean, my thing is that on the last day of and I have a great support system. Like while I was gone for 2 weeks, my beloved daughter, Lakaya, came and stayed with my mom, her grandmother, for like a full week. And then we had my cousin, Taisha, who came and stayed with her for a week. And then we had my brothers, Paul Anthony and B Fine, of course, is their mother also. And they filled in the gaps, while I was gone. And yeah, I was nervous and stressing, but my daughter was like, Dad, worry about you now. Stop trying to micromanage everybody. Don't worry, we got it under control.
That's who you are, Lou. That's who you are.
Yeah, do your
That's who you are, brother.
I know. And you know what's so crazy? On the last day of treatment, before coming home, I went on the same day that my pops had passed away last year, I went to his gravesite just to say a prayer for him. And, and then I came home. So it's been a crazy week. And then the past 3 days, my mom, in and out of the hospital, but it's all good, man.
Well, it's so great that you have all that family support. And how is she doing right now?
Right now, she's cool. She's downstairs in the bed. I told my brother B, I'm going to come up here, so I wanted to kind of just do this with no distractions and everything. So she's fine now.
We're not gonna keep you long, man.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. My mother has like slight dementia. She has arthritis like all over her body, but it's the dementia thing. Her memory comes and goes, but she remembers a lot for that fact. But it's the bottom line that just like she was there for us, we have to be there for her to take care of her as well.
Hey Lou, quick thing, man. 2019, July, and this is why what you're telling me touches me so much. 2019, July 22nd, my son was murdered. He was no gangs, no drugs. He got caught in the crossfire. Good dude, worked hard, took care of his children. I told my mother what happened. My mother had a heart attack and passed. 2 days later, Lou. So you know what? When I hear this right here, brother, love that woman, man. When you was texting me back and we was going back and forth, you said, I'm taking care of my mother. I was like, this dude, man. I was like, this dude is the guy. And I mean that from my heart, man.
That's right.
I mean that. I love it. I love hearing. Hey, man, I love your family's unity.
And I don't want you to think, because I know we've been trying to get this together for a minute. Shout out to Luther Aramis.
Yes.
At the fans of TV One Unsung fan page. I love him. So
I love him too, man.
He loves you too. He loves both. He loves your whole platform. So I want to shout him out also. And being that I know it's taking him out, because he would sometimes text me, Lou, don't forget them. Don't forget. And I said, no, I'm not. But I was just going through a whole bunch of stuff. I even sent you pictures just so you know I
got him.
Just so you know I wasn't bullcrap.
Lou, I got him, man. I got him. Hey, you know, you mentioned your daughter a few minutes ago. And whenever I hear your daughter's name, you know what I think about? Louie, what you want, Nakaya? I'm Daddy's so listen to Daddy. What Daddy's in for us, that's his tough luck. I'm turning on the radio scope. Hey, I've been rocking with y'all a long time, brother.
Wow,
long time.
Way back.
Hey, Lou, one thing I've always wanted to know, I mean, growing up with your brothers and your cousins, you know, before the group got started, the early years, you know, growing up in the household, what was it like for you guys growing up in New York?
Well, growing up, man, was three of us, me, my brother Paul Anthony, my brother B Fine, were blood brothers. So we were growing up. First of all, my mother comes from Santo Domingo. My father comes from St. Thomas. You know, I also come from one of the islands, Rikers Island. No, I'm just joking. No, I come from one of the islands.
I know you ain't come from no Rikers Island. I was in Brooklyn for a good while, brother. Hey, Lou, I'm an East Coast boy. I was born in Virginia.
A word? Yeah,
I used to come to New York all the time.
I love Virginia. What part of Virginia?
Portsmouth.
Okay. So anyway, we grew up in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. That was our first stop. And the three of us at 670 Halsey Street, right there in Bedford-Stuyvesant. And what happens is that my brother Paul Anthony, he was the one that started singing first. He was singing in the bathroom. He was singing this song by Smokey Robinson. It's a song called If You Can Want. It wasn't one of Smokey's biggest hits, but that's the song that Paul used to sing a lot in the bathroom, because we didn't have a shower. So he was singing in the bathroom, not the shower. And my father overheard him and then brought my mother over to him and says, honey, look, he could sing, man. This boy could sing. He's got a voice, man. And my father started working with Paul. After that, I got a little jealous, and then I started to develop my own vocals and my voice. And then my father was working with both of us. My brother B Fine, who was younger than us, he never was interested in singing. So my father had to do the old Joe Jackson, force him into it, you know? Right.
B wanted to play baseball.
Right. So that's what happened. That's three of us started singing. Then my uncle Cito, he's the one that made us a group. He bought us some shirts, and then we came up with the name the Amplifiers. That was the name of our group, and the three of us was singing. And then my uncle Cito took us to the Apollo Theater. Back in the days, the Apollo Theater had amateur hour every week. So it wasn't just on Showtime at the Apollo. This was way before Showtime at the Apollo. This was a thing they had since the 50s. Every Wednesday night amateur show would come out after the real show. And in that show, you had to win 4 weeks in a row. If you win 4 weeks in a row, then you appear in the professional show. So my uncle took us there, and then my father was with my uncle, and he was kind of guiding him. And the first time with my uncle under us, we sang a song by the Isley Brothers called I Turned You On. And we won a tie for first place with this other group called the Dino 2. Then the next week we came in third. So then after that, my father took over completely. We sang this song called Cloud 9 by the Temptations, my favorite group in the world.
One of my favorites, yeah.
My favorite. I don't want to start with that.
I still do that. I still do that song, Cloud 9.
Yeah, man, I love the Temptations. The group is incredible. My brother Paul used to tease me back in the day. He said, "Oh, you really love the Temptations? All 25 of them? Okay." You know, he used to do that a lot. But
hey, Lou, how old were you guys around this time?
Oh man, we were about the same. I would say we were about the same age as Jackson 5. We got to see the Jackson 5 before they even had a record deal perform. And we was inspired by them. Not only them, a lot of people don't know this. There's another group called the Five Stair Steps. They came before the Jackson 5, and they were the first family of soul. They were the ones that had the big hit record, "Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier."
Yeah.
That's the Five Stair Steps. They came before the Jackson 5. So we was influenced by those young groups. And long story short, we won 4 weeks in a row doing Cloud 9. And then we appeared on the professional show with Joe Tex, legendary Joe Tex, and the Whispers, that was their first time performing at the Apollo. And that's how we became the Amplifiers. And then the rest is history after that. So, but I'll give you guys a chance to ask questions because I don't want to keep talking and talking.
Hey, Lou, hey, man, I can listen to you talk all day, brother. Hey, man, let me ask you a question. First of all, your mom, Mrs. Carmen George, she was a social worker, correct?
Yeah, she sure was. Yeah.
And your dad, he was a doo-wop singer, but he also worked at the factory.
That's right.
And you guys, he used to take you guys up and you guys would sing for money and go to the Apollo, correct?
Yes, indeed.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. The unity of your family is one of the many reasons why I was so adamant in talking to you. Hey, man, I've been watching you guys since 1984.
Wow.
A long time. One of the songs that you guys did with UTFO when you did Roxanne, you guys did a B-side called Hanging Out. I like that one just as much as I like Roxanne.
Well, Hanging Out is so funny. Hanging Out was supposed to be the A-side. That's the song we was pushing. My brother B-Fine won because it was just going to be Hanging Out as the single. But then my brother B-Fine in the middle of the night, he said, yo, man, we should do a B-side. Because Hanging Out was going to just be the A-side. And B came up with the concept of Roxanne. And B went to UTFO and said, I want you guys to do Roxanne. But the storyline is y'all are all after the same girl and y'all don't get the girl. Now, back in those days, that was unheard of because all the rappers got the girls.
Right.
This one was different. And it was Roxanne. B came up with the idea. We were singing the background vocals and that became the smash. What happened was that DJ Red Alert from New York City, he started playing Roxanne and we calling him up saying, yo, Red, you're playing the wrong song. That's the B-side. You're supposed to play the A-side, Hanging Out. He goes, no, well, I like the B-side. I said, no. That's the B-side. You're supposed to play the A-side. No. Well, the B-side should have been the A-side. He didn't care about what we said. Played Roxanne, smash. We wasn't even expecting it. And it became so huge of a rap record that Roxanne Shante came out with Roxanne's Revenge. Then you had Roxanne.
I was there, brother. I was there.
A million Roxannes after
A million Roxanne.
I was there, Lou. I was there, man. And what I want to know is you guys had a drive to your music. You guys had a hard-hitting drive to your music. Was that B-Fine that came up with that?
Well, B came up with the idea for Roxanne. As far as the music, B and the rest of the group, Kurt, Shy, Baby Jerry, our cousins, we all came up with that idea. The guys of UTFO wrote the lyrics, of course, but the beats and what never happened before, like in rap, was that if you listen to Roxanne, each member of the group, which is 3 guys, Dr. Ice, Kango Kid, and
Educated Rapper.
Rest in peace to Educated Rapper.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Mixmaster Ice was the DJ. But those are three sections of raps is 3 different beats. So each rapper had his own beat. That never happened with 3 different beats in one record.
No, that was dope.
It was a smash.
That was dope. Hey, Lou, how did you guys come up with the name Full Force?
Well, I came up with that name only because our show, we were a local group at the time. I'm like, man, we got to come up with a dope name. So I came up with Full Force because of our show and because my brother Paul Anthony, he spearheaded the whole situation of physical fitness. Before Full Force came on the scene, we came on the scene, was no R&B group, not even a rap group pushing physical fitness as their thing.
Nope.
Like none. And what made us stand out, of course, was our damn Jerry curls. So, so we had the Jerry curls and the physical fitness because that's what we pushed. Like our big first single, Alice, I Want You Just For Me. If you see that video, you see Paul Anthony lifting up the weights. So we all followed his mantra, and that's how we became Full Force.
I was 16, man. I was 16.
Wow.
Now, check this out, Lou.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was when we didn't know what acting was when we were watching TV, right? We're thinking that it's real. So when y'all came out, I just immediately I was drawn to Full Force, and you guys had this distinctive harmony, dude, and it was full, it was rich, it was just, and it was something that you could feel that harmony. And I saw B Fine and Paul Anthony on Crush Groove, right? I ain't thinking that these guys are acting. Come on, man. I'm 15, 16 years old. And they was beating the hell out of Blair Underwood. I said, damn, these dudes is big and they mean too.
Right.
I was like, I told Tim told me, he said, man, if you'd have took me to the studio and I walked in and them dudes was there, he said, I thought you'd be setting me up. But then, you grow and you start knowing what it is. And then I just been a real huge fan and supporter of you guys, man. I got a lot of stuff that y'all did, and a lot of things that y'all did. You inspired me.
Right.
You inspired me with music and what I do, man. And man, I'm telling you, man, this chat that we're having right now, brother, means a whole lot to me, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
look, how much fun, man? Can you tell us how much fun it was being on the set of a House Party?
Incredible. I mean, we didn't even know. I mean, 31 years later, House Party is a classic. They call it iconic. I'm like, man, we never knew what was happening, but it was so much fun being on the set and just being part of the movie, period. Because you're right. When my brothers did Crush Groove, I was a little jealous because, see, in the family, I was the one that majored in theater in college. I majored in theater. My brothers didn't give a shit about acting at the time.
Right.
But they got the roles of Crush Groove because, of course, they're bigger than I am. And I was a little jealous, but I still went to the premiere, and I was happy for my brothers. It was only two scenes they were in, but they stood out. You know what I mean?
Killed
it. And but coming into House Party, the way that happened was Reggie Hudlin had wrote a script, and one of the people that used to work with us in producing, his name is Robert Ford, he read the script, and in the script, it actually described us. Not that we were part of the movie, but it described us.
Wow.
Meaning that in the script, it says, because at the time, I don't think Kid and Play was having the part yet, because it was offered first to Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff, but they didn't do it. But in the script, it says, we'll say Kid and Play. In the script, it says, Kid and Play is accosted by three bullies with nice physiques and droopy Jerry curls. Somebody like Full Force. So that was in the script. So Robert Ford told Reggie Hudlin, he said, Reggie, why don't you just get Full Force? And he said, you think I could try? So me and my brothers, we went down, we met with Reggie in Warrington after they called us, and they just wanted to see if we had chemistry and we could act. And we did some stuff there for them. And we could act. You know why? Because me and my brothers have been acting. Even though they weren't into acting, I used to write little plays for us to do for the family. Little plays, and I would push my brothers to act with me. And that's how our chemistry grew. After that, man, we did a table read with Martin Lawrence, Robin Harris, may he rest in peace, John Witherspoon, may he rest in peace, Tisha Campbell, A.J. Johnson, Groove Beach Hill. It was Kid and Play was incredible. And as we read the script, we went back to our hotel rooms. I told my brothers, listen, the part we got, the scripts, it's kind of dead to our parts. We got to liven them up. I want us to be bullies with personalities. So that's what we did. We changed up our lines, like, kick your fucking ass. That's
right,
me.
right.
I smell. I made that shit up. And what happens that I said, let's show the Hudlin brothers this scene we changed up. If they don't like it, then we go back to what's on the script. But if they like it, we keep it. It's dope. And I told my brother B, I says, B's character was supposed to be Pee-wee. I said, let me switch names with you since y'all are bigger than me. I'll be Pee Wee. And I'm going to talk like this throughout the whole movie. So then my brother B is like, why the hell are you going to talk like that throughout the whole movie? I said, let's make it a little different. It might be fun. It might catch on.
Right.
So we changed up the whole scene that we were going to shoot. And we showed the Hudlin brothers. As soon as they saw it, kick your freaking ass. I smell this, I smell that. They said, keep it. And we kept it. After that, brothers, we changed. Like every scene you see us in the movie, we made them shits up.
Hey,
and stole the show.
Hey, Lou, I'm gonna tell you when I knew you guys was into the part. Remember when B had Kid up like this, and you was behind him? You said, oh, "Wait, now!"
and that was spontaneous.
I know it was.
That wasn't even planned. It was so hilarious.
That's what's up, man. And, a lot of the youngsters right now, man, that's coming up. You got a whole lot of fans, man, who strive to keep your name alive. And the list of people that you guys have worked with is endless. Just endless, man. But I'm gonna tell you when I really knew that you guys was just super duper duper those producers. Of course, we loved everything, but when you did James Brown, that right there, you guys was young guys producing this OG.
I know, man.
And he let y'all do it, man.
I know. Keyword, let.
But it can't, the way the production came out from the beginning, it all started with you and that, dude. And he, for him to let that happen and you guys grabbed him like that, that's unheard of with him. I'm a fan of James Brown, big time.
We love James Brown. James Brown, nobody puts us in awe that we work with, except Mr. Brown put us in a little awe. And what happened is that we heard when we got the go ahead that we were going to produce the entire James Brown album, like a comeback album. And this was the time he was in trouble with the law and all of that stuff. We was working with him at the same time, but I called up, there's a gentleman by the name of Dan Hartman. He passed away. But Dan Hartman produced James Brown's Living in America, which was like his last big hit at the time. And I called him up just to find out, what I said, Dan, we're getting ready to produce James Brown. Can you give us any tips? Is he mean? We hear all kind of stories. He says, nah, well, listen, when you work with him, first thing, don't call him James. You call him Mr. Brown. And we called him Mr. Brown throughout the whole thing. When we first met him, we sent Paul to go greet him at the elevator because we're like, you go greet him. Brought him in, came in with the way he was dressed was impeccable. Every time he would take off his hat or get ready to work, he had an assistant that would just comb his hair. I was like, man. Wow. And then let us work with him. And then Mr. Brown said to us the first day, he said, "Pretty well, gentlemen," because first of all, he liked the song he liked from us was "Alice, I Want You Just for Me." That was his favorite full force song.
That was one of mine too, dude.
He said, "Gentlemen, I know how y'all are like my sons. We're gonna work. We're gonna have a good time together. I just want y'all to know that. I'm glad I inspired y'all. And we're gonna use that, and we're gonna use that. Thank you, Mr. Brown. We didn't understand what he said a lot of times. We said, "Thank you, Mr. Brown." And we was in the studio with Mr. Brown, and we had to pinch ourselves sometimes. I mean, his last two top 10 records, his last two top 5 records of his career was produced by Full Force.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Hey, Lou, I got a question. We with all the people that you guys have produced, I mean, and it's really too many to name, and with all the songs that you guys have written, this is something that I'm always curious about with songwriters because I write myself. Was there ever a song that you guys has written or produced for someone that actually became a hit, but it was meant for someone else? That you actually wrote a song and actually maybe someone didn't take it or whatever the case may be, and you ended up giving that song to someone else and it ended up being a big hit?
Yeah, well, I would have to say we had That's so funny. We when we wrote I Wonder If I Take You Home, which was my brother B. He wrote that song. And we didn't have anybody to sing it yet. But all I know is that B Fine, he wanted a Spanish girl to do it.
Okay.
I wanted a friend of mine to do it, and her name was Cheryl Riley at the
Pepsi
time.
Riley.
But Cheryl Pepsi Riley. And I said, Cheryl, I want you to go in the studio. We're going to record this song so I can show my brothers. I Wonder If I Take You Home. I let them hear this. I let him and her and her husband hear the demo with my brother B Fine doing the reference vocal, which was horrible. And she just said at the time she was in a group and she didn't want to do it. So we ended up just doing it full throttle on Lisa, even though my brother wanted a Spanish girl anyway. When Lisa came in to audition for us, she was scared out of her mind. She saw six big black men in there, and she's like, "Oh my God!" But she came through like a champ, and we recorded "I Wonder If I Take You Home" on her. And I told Cheryl, "See, Cheryl, that could have been you. You could have been Cheryl, and Cult Jam." But because she was my dear friend, gave her another shot, and then I wrote "Thanks for My Child," which became a #1 record all over the country, which Cheryl did, and that turned out great as well. But I don't think we had too many of those.
Okay.
Doing it for somebody else.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
You guys have a certain strong unity in your family. Your brothers, you and your brothers really love each other. And it's not fake. It's I see it, man. You guys really, really love each other. You guys are really, really tight. Who pushed that? Who was it? Both your parents, or who pushed that unity in you guys' hearts?
I would say both parents, mother and father, and maybe a little bit more to my mother, because my mother has such a great heart, and both my mother and father, they was the catalyst of us being all for one and one for all. That's why still today we split everything. Like this our three brothers, but there's our cousins too, baby Jimmy,
Yes.
Shy Shine, Kurt, and we split everything 6 ways.
Yeah.
We never had to write out a contract or nothing like that. So if one person or two people write a song, it's written and produced by Full Force. If it's 3 people, written and produced by Full Force. One person, written and produced by Full Force.
Yeah.
All for one and one for all, still up to this day. And we split it 6 ways. And that's from our parents, and our aunts and uncles too, which is my cousin's parents too. They drive that unity, man. And that's where the love comes from, no
Hey,
jealousy, just love.
Hey Lou, we do a thing here on the show, Focus Family. Family only keeps us strong. We have a family meeting every episode, and we talk about different things within the family. And I just have a question for you on what is the hardest thing for Lou to say? And here are the options. Okay. I appreciate you. I love you. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Or I need help. What is the hardest for Lou to say?
I need help. I rarely say that, man. All them other adjectives you say, that's like cooked foods for me. I'm sorry. If I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to admit it. Sometimes if I'm not wrong in my heart, I'll still apologize. You know what I mean? Just because you never want grudges. Like, I don't believe in holding grudges at all whatsoever. Life is too short. They say to forgive and forget. Listen, you can never forget, never. But I'll forgive. The only time I won't forgive if somebody do like bodily harm or fatal harm to one of my friends or family. Then I'm holding a grudge.
Yeah, brother.
Me. Other than that, I can forgive with the best of them. But I would say I need help is the one that I have a hard time.
And brother, why is it hard for you to say I need help?
I don't know, man. And people like my daughter, for my to go do this treatment for my eyes. She would tell me, stop micromanaging. Concentrate on yourself, Dad. Dad, I love how you take care of your mother and father when my father was alive, but you can't pour from a half empty cup. You got to take care of yourself too. My daughter would push me on that because I'm always thinking of others first.
Yeah.
And not to get a medal.
Right.
That's just how I am. I love thinking about people. That's why my relationships today with folk, is still a great one, even with people we work with. I mean, whether they're up, whether they're down, I'm still staying in communication with
They
that.
love you. They love y'all, man. They love y'all. I was watching Paul, man, on and Lou, man, again, when it comes to family, I take family very, very seriously. And me and my man, we've been rocking 30 years.
Yes, sir.
30 years we've been rocking. And we have a slogan. He said it earlier. It's not blood related, it's love related. And Paul, when after you went and you gave him the stem cells, the 9 million stem cells, when he only needed 6 million. And Paul was talking about you and the pride that Paul had on his face. And he said, that's just how Lou is. Basically saying Lou strives for perfection all the time. That's just how Lou is, you know? And I'm listening to him talk about you, man. I'm just looking at you guys as camaraderie. Hey, man, I love y'all, bro. I love y'all, man. I can sit there and just watch our interview all day and just not get tired of it, dude. I just love the unity, man. I've been like that since I was a kid.
And it's a great thing. You know, the thing with Paul, like you said, once he started his cancer journey, you know, there's a family bond there. I really stepped up, and I was there for like all his needles and his appointments. I started taking down his appointments more than his wife did in the beginning. And I'll never forget when we had to do the stem cell transplant, because that's when he was fighting for his life.
Right.
The doc, I had to sign papers because the doctors told me, he said, listen, go through with this for your brother, but just letting you know, he needs 6 million stem cells. If you don't give him enough, we're going to take a catheter to your chest to try to draw out to get to the 6. Do you still want to go through with this? I said, of course I still want to go through with this.
Of course.
He says, you know, you yourself, you could die, you could bleed to death, all of that stuff. But my thing is that, no, I'm want to do it for my brother. And, you know, not all families have family unity, you know, just don't.
Yeah.
But we did that, and my brother, you know, I'm so happy that I was a conduit for my beloved brother. But you know, for him to be alive right now, 8 years strong.
You call him the champion.
Or call him Bowlegged, or call him Bowlegged Paul sometimes if you want.
Bowlegged Paul. Hey, man.
He's got my immune system inside of him.
Hey, we know you're a dad. You know, how many kids do you have, Lou?
I have 2, daughter and a son. Yeah.
Okay. And your son's in the business as well, right?
Well, he's a rapper, but he's mostly doing his thing. He's an entrepreneur as well, but he's got into rap. I mean, he's the one that, when I brought him Nicki Minaj, he loved Nicki at the time, Nicki Minaj, and he put Nicki in a rap group with him called the Hood Stars. And we honed and we trained them. And then we even worked with Nicki by herself and, you know, groomed her and everything like that. So he's into the business like that. My daughter, she's an herbalist, you know, an herbalist. And, you know, I love both my kids. I love them unconditionally, you know.
When you was dealing, when you was going through that with Paul, at the same time, simultaneously, were you going through it with your eye condition?
No, my eye condition came, I think, 2 years after the stem cell transplant. After that, that's when I was diagnosed with that. And I still to this day, I tell Paul, I said, damn, how come you don't got no stem cells for my eyes, damn it? Because, you know, with this disease, you know, you gotta get used to it. Well, I'm used to it now, because a lot of times because I start noticing when I was bumping into things, because I had no peripheral vision, I couldn't see. Or if you don't look down, you know, and it's just a crazy thing. But I'm going to beat this no matter how long it takes to find it.
Of course you are.
You know, yeah.
I'm a living, breathing witness, man. I beat my blood cancer, man, and I had to do a bunch of changes with myself. I didn't go through chemo or anything. I beat it with nutrition. So
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, when I beat my blood cancer, man, I went back to the doctor, and after I started my own treatment, 45 days later, when I went back to the doctor, they checked me, and they checked me 3 times, Lou, 3 times, because they thought it was wrong readings, man.
Wow.
Gone, man. All nutrition, man. Yeah.
God bless you. God bless you. That's what it's all about. My doctor, Dr. Rosenfarb, he's the doctor that I do all of these special treatments, and he does Chinese medicine. He speaks on eating right. You know, for my eyes, the best green vegetables is okra and spinach. So I eat
Yeah.
those every day. And I don't eat meat. I stopped eating red meat like many years ago, but 2015 I stopped eating anything that used to be alive. You know what I mean? Um, that's just me. Just I feel better. And that Dr. Rosenwald, talk about don't stress, because you know when you stress a lot, stress could exasperate whatever you're
right.
going through.
That's
So
right.
you know you got to have a good set of mind. I'm a firm believer in mind over matter, because if you don't have the will to carry on or the will to live, if you don't believe in yourself, then you're going to be defeated. You know. So like I commend you, man. I mean, you said earlier, you know, regarding your mom and your beloved son up in heaven, and that's a lot, man. You know, but I commend you for just being the walking testament, because they both still live in your heart. You
Yes,
know.
they do.
So,
Yes, they
yeah.
do.
Yeah, I keep pushing him, Lou. That's what
Yeah,
I'm here
he-
for. I keep pushing.
Yeah, he be on me, man. And you know, Lou, I'm meatless too. I don't eat meat, man. So
The only meat I eat is pink meat.
yeah, 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 yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. Hey, I eat a lot of that.
Hey Lou, I smell.
I smell.
Yo, I told that to Tisha Campbell one time. The only meat I eat is pink meat. She goes, "Oh, you eat salmon? I thought you didn't eat." You
No.
nasty. It was hilarious.
Hey man, that's the best meat. That's the best meat to eat right there, brother. But yeah, man, I'm you know, because of what I went through, I decided to get my credentials to be a holistic nutritionist. So that's what I am now as well. So
Nice.
yeah, between what I do here and music and you know, loving my kids. So I got grandkids, Lou. I got 7 grandkids.
Wow.
So
How many children you have?
I have, well, counting the family that meshed, I have 3 biologicals, minus my son that went to heaven, and 4 others. So my 2 sons gave me 3 grandkids apiece, and then I have my other grandson.
Wow, 7. I
Yeah,
only
man.
have 2 kids, and I have 5 grandkids.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
7 grandkids.
And they don't call me grandfather, granddad,
I'm
grandpa.
Papa.
They call me Lupa, because I'm too young to be grand anything.
Yeah, I ain't granddad, man. I ain't ready to hear that yet. I'm Papa.
Hey, Lou got 3 kids, 2 grandkids.
I hear you, man. God bless you, man.
Hey, but look, we make this Papa thing look pretty good, brother.
Hell yeah.
We make it look pretty good, man.
That's for real.
Let me ask you this. Be fine. Is he the enforcer of is he the one that would go hard? Is Be Fine the one that would go hard? Because he pictured me as a guy that would just go hard, man, a no nonsense type of dude.
Well, he's no nonsense. My brother Paul Anthony's no nonsense. I'm no nonsense, but B is the type that Paul might be in the middle. You know, Lou's like love you. Lou loves everybody. Paul could be me, like me. I'm fuck it. I could just say fuck it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, B sometimes if it doesn't fill up the ATM machine, then he's not with it. That's him.
Oh,
But everybody's different. But all of us catches each other's back with the whole
there you go.
Music business, and even on the personal side. So, you know, we're all there. But B's like no nonsense for sure. Paul Anthony's definitely no nonsense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So am I, but I'm a little maybe more diplomatic than my brothers. But you know, it is what it is.
Hey Lou, before we let you go, man, I wanted to make sure I get this in, man. Is there any projects or anything that you guys are working on coming up in the near future?
Well, I know my brother Paul Anthony has this artist by the name of Lakonda Davis, and she's a dope singer. She could sing her behind off. So he's managing her, and he's overseeing her as well. We have a joint that's out now called Love of a Hero, which is dedicated to first responders, and then we have a version dedicated to Kobe Bryant. You know, Love of a Hero. Last year we did our first Christmas songs like ever. But we're going to be promoting them better this year, because last year we must have did them like 2 weeks before Christmas. But I'm like, before I leave this earth, we got to do a Christmas song. And why I'm so excited about these two, I'm gonna email you the link so you can check it out.
Okay, I got one for you too.
We did a version of Silent Night, and we dedicated it to my favorite group in the world, the Temptations. Because back in the day, the Temptations had their version of Silent Night, which is a classic in itself.
Yes, it is.
And we did that exactly, and we did that in the video, and it's dope. And why I love it is that I got the blessings of Melvin Franklin, who's the low note, his wife,
One of the best.
The best to me.
The best.
And his wife, his widow, blessed the song when she wrote me a dope text. Otis Williams, the last living member of the Temptations, gave me a thumbs up and said, "Lou, great job." And then Eddie Kendrick's daughter, Ika Kendrick, gave me a bless up. So for the Silent Night, we're excited. I'm gonna send you the video. And then we did a song called "The 12 Days of Christmas" by the House Party Bullies, which is hilarious.
Wow.
And we did a video to that too. So we got a lot of stuff that we're working on. I don't know if you guys are familiar with DJ Cassidy's Pass the Mic.
Yes.
So
I'm an East Coast boy, man.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm one of the talent coordinators of that show. So the third one that we were in, where we did Ain't My Type of Hype, and Keith Sweat was in that one, In Vogue, SWB, New Edition.
Yeah.
I helped to get like 10 of those acts. So after that, he made me and DJ Chill Will talent coordinators. So now the ones that he's doing now is being produced by BET in a way. So we're talent coordinators to help find some of the acts. The new one that's coming up now is going to be on Mother's Day, Pass the Mic Mother's Day special on BET, and it's going to be insane, you know.
Man,
so doing that, I'm excited about that too. Yeah.
You guys did an album, man, and to me, it was definitely one of my top 3 albums that you guys did. Don't Sleep.
I know, man. And
that album there, Lou, y'all showed y'all whole ass on that album, boy.
I know, man. It just didn't get the promotion that it should have, because at the time, the man that signed us, that was Capitol Records, his name was Step Johnson.
Yeah.
You know, right in the middle of us doing this album, he gets fired. And he was the one that signed us. So obviously he gets fired. It's like, damn, we don't have anybody to watch our back now. But we're proud of that album regardless.
That album dope, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Making Love on the Dance Floor, Sharing My Love, and what's the other? All of them, dude. That whole album, y'all showed it, man, from beginning to end, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, brother. Hey, man. Thank you so much, brother, for coming to the Fokus Family Podcast, man.
Man, my pleasure, man.
And
my pleasure. Thanks for understanding, you know.
Of course.
But this is great, man. This is great.
Hey, Lou, peace and blessings to your family, man. We wish you all guys all the best, and you're welcome to come on anytime with anything you're promoting or any of your brothers, other groups or anybody, you know. We just want to welcome you to the family and let you know that, you know, we're here, and we just want to keep pushing that. That family only keeps us strong, man, throughout. And then, you know, it's not blood related, it's love related, you know.
One other thing before you go, to the youngsters, to the young producers right now, because see, a lot of young producers right now, they don't respect who paved the way for them. They don't really respect. A lot of them, a bunch of them do, but a lot of them don't. So while you're on here right now, I just want to read something real quick. Full Force, producing hits from groups such as Backstreet Boys, Justin Timberlake, NSYNC, Britney Spears, LFO, Fergie, Wild Orchid, Innocence, and working on projects with Black Eyed Peas, Hall & Oates, Little Kim, Patti LaBelle, Faith Evans, Gerald Levert, Genuine, Raphael Sadiq, Shanice, Philip Bailey, BB King, Big Daddy King, 3LW, Regina Bell, Bob Dylan. That's huge. Fat Joe, Method Man, Allure, Ashanti, Raekwon, Faith Evans, Sheila E., LaToya Jackson, the late, great Selena. And there's more. There's more that you guys have done with people, man. And these youngsters that's coming up, these producers right now, they need to know how relevant and do their research. Full Force is, not was, but still is. You know what I mean? They need to do their research on how relevant you guys still are today, man.
Yeah, man. And thanks a lot. Because sometimes I forget how many people we work with. But yeah, man, we feel it's a blessing. A lot of these young kids, they're doing their thing. And you're right. Some of them do, they do give up the respect and homage, and some of them might not, but that's okay, man. It is what it is, and we'll take it from where we get it from the positive people. You know, when we did Unsung, that's when a lot of people found out even more about us. You know, we even had our own peers like Big Daddy Kane calling me up. Wow, I didn't know you guys did Thanks for My Child. Or Mike Bivens, yo man, you guys did Selena Patti LaBelle? What? You know, so people when they learn the body of work, you know, it's crazy, but we're appreciative. We you know, we're humble about it, and we stay positive. And you know, and anybody out there, like you guys have a great fan base and great support system. So I tell to all you listeners and viewers, if you have a dream, you're never too young to start an empire, and you're never too old to start a new dream either. You know what I mean? So you got to always stay strong, stay positive, believe in yourself. No matter how many doors is closed in your face, you got to knock them down, you know, and keep on keeping on. And I tell everybody, you know, support one another. You know, don't hate, don't be a crab in the barrel. Sometimes the crab in the barrel could be people that are very close to you and you don't even know it. And that's so whack. We should just support one another. No jealousies. Just support one another.
That.
We
was just talking about that today on today's show.
Yeah.
That was one of the pet peeves. We have segments of the show, and we keep the show 30 minutes and under right now. For now,
okay.
So we have different segments. One is called the mailbox, which we read letters that people email us. The family meeting, which we talk about different things. Then the pet peeves, and then on Mondays we have a health and wellness Mondays that I'm beefing up real big now. So the audience is growing, and
don't forget about the photo album.
Oh, and the photo album, definitely the photo album every Friday, which we gave y'all some love, and I'm gonna send you that link too. We gave y'all some love, man, way before this interview.
Yeah, we pay homage to a lot of groups that meant a lot to us, and not only groups but also a lot of people, because I felt like Black History Month is the only month that we talk about our people, and this was something that we needed to bring forth every week to people throughout the year to let them and remind them of the icons that we have in this entertainment business.
I hear that, man. That's great that you guys do that and keep everybody aware. You know what I mean? So that's a dope thing for both of y'all.
Lou,
for real.
Thank you so much, man. I'm gonna let you get back to your family, man, your mom. Hey, man, tell your brothers, man, I'm coming to meet them one day.
That's right.
I'm coming to meet y'all, man.
And we promise not to kick your fucking ass.
There you go, brother. And look, the next time y'all come back to the Bay, because I was mad as hell when y'all came to San Leandro to the theater, and I heard about it afterwards. I was pissed, brother. Man,
it was a great show, Chuck.
I heard.
It was ridiculous. Us, Rob Tresvant, Foursome D's, and we even brought
Lou, stop. Lou, come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on. I know I heard, Lou. I wasn't there, man.
It was great. It was great.
Much love to you, brother.
God bless the both of you and your families. Stay blessed, and may all the positive and optimistic things in life forever be yours.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
And we will talk soon.
Till next time.
Stay blessed.
All right, now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of the family.
And remember to hit that like and subscribe button, because it's not blood related, it's love related.
That's right, Tim. So look, if you have letters, you have questions,
we have answers, and we have suggestions. So send your letters and questions to onefocusfamily@gmail.com.
And don't forget, we load up a new segment every Monday and every Friday at 6 p.m. I'm Chuck Lounge.
And I'm Tim B.
And remember, family only keeps us strong. Till next time.